Back.
We are back.
Guess what?
What? Chicken butt.
Guess what Yawg is playing against?
Is it Tron?
It is Tron.
It's Tron. It's the prescience in this room.
Remember what I said I wanted to see today.
Unrivaled.
Could not have asked for a better matchup. We're going to go down to the players right now. Here is the first round of the old Cranky Man Collectibles Modern Championship Series Qualifier.
Yeah. Got Luke.
In the feature match area at the top of your screen is Luke. He's playing Yawgmoth. At the bottom of your screen is Joel playing Eldrazi Tron. It looks like Joel is going to take a mulligan here.
Luke, I think, is happy with his opener there. We can see a forest, nurturing peatland. Those are the only two cards I saw. But I imagine some amount of
lands.
Yeah.
We saw lands. Did we see spells?
Yeah, there was some amount of spells.
We need lands and spells.
Yeah. I imagine that we have some amount of acceleration, and having a Yawgmoth in hand would be helpful, or an Eldritch Evolution. Those are sort of the two best cards in the deck.
Unfortunately for Tron here, I think that this is a pretty bad matchup. Mm-hmm. Although I will say that Eldrazi Tron is going to have a little bit more of an advantage than, say, a green Tron deck would have.
Yeah.
Eldrazi Tron has access to things like Chalice of the Void,
TKS, which Thought Not Seer, I think that's...
Yep, you can strip an important card out of their hand. So we're off here with a Forest and a Birds of Paradise from Luke. Here's an Urza's Tower.
Signed Antiquities Urza's Tower.
Yeah, I looked at his deck. It is quite pretty.
It's rad, and we got a map coming out, I bet.
He has a very pretty deck.
Yeah, we got a...
That's not an Expedition map.
Oh, he has one in hand. I thought he was playing it.
I'm not sure what that card is. Is it an Expedition map?
I think it is.
I have to tell you, once again, I don't know how many times I've said this, but I hate...
all of the special printings.
All of the special printings of everything.
We got a Grist and a Bug. This is going to be exceptionally useful for Luke now, because even if Tron can unload one of those Thought Not Seers, the Grist can get rid of it. So we've got a Chalice on one. Oh my gosh, and Urza's Mind there. So we've got 2 out of 3 of the Urza lands in play. We've got a map in play.
I don't think that's an Expedition map.
Got another activation for Grist. Honestly, and we've got the Strangleroot Geist. Great card. Unfortunately for Joel, Luke has a lot of redundancy in... Oh, it's not... What is this? He's looking at the top some number of cards in his...
Is it Mishra's Research Desk?
Is that what it is?
I thought Mishra's Research Desk cost red to activate, though. I don't know what this card is.
He's looking at the top 5 cards of his deck, and I'm guessing he's taking a card from it. And
it's interesting that...
It's a Blast Zone. Blast Zone sort of be able to deal with the bird and the bugs. Not so much with the Geist. Even if he gets to unload that, it's the Geist has Undying, and so it's going to be able to come back bigger and better. Looks like we've got a Wall of Roots in hand now. We're just going to tick up the bug. Oop, there's the Yawgmoth. Got 2 unsummoning sick bugs and 1 summoning sick bug. And we have access to 5 mana here. We've got, there's that Wall of Roots. This is the 30th anniversary Wall of Roots. I think you and I both got copies of this card.
Yeah, the 30th anniversary Wall of Roots.
I'm still torn on it because I feel like I love the original art. Inscribed Tablet.
Yeah, this is that card that he played. I don't play decks that have Wall of Roots in them because I like good decks. So,
Did you know Wall
I
of
also
Roots?
don't play. I also don't play Inscribed Tablet.
Yeah, I don't know if it's bad. I think in a
I read the first like 5 or 6 words of it and I was just out.
sacrifice it. You're like, oof.
No. I said 5 or 6. It says sacrifice, reveal the top 5, and I stopped reading.
Oh, okay. Because it's too random for you.
Here's a matter reshaper.
Card is very good. This is
I would imagine that the reason that Eldrazi Tron plays this is because they don't have Ancient Stirrings.
Mm-hmm.
So
at least in the blue version, right?
here is a Court of Calling for 4. That's going to go find a Yawgmoth, and the game is over. So this is kind of what I was talking about.
That Stranglebrute Geist sort of being able to get around.
Right. This is kind of what I was talking about in that the Eldrazi Tron deck can't really do anything about that.
Yeah.
So now we're going to see things like Grafdigger's Cage, Relic of Progenitus, stuff like that come in to try to break up the graveyard stuff.
He even had turn 3 Tron, like right on schedule.
Yeah, that doesn't matter though because you can't interact with the draw your deck from Yawgmoth.
Yeah, and being at he was at 18 life or something.
It didn't matter.
Yeah, he was just going to draw an absolute once you draw into the Blood Artist, that's it. That's game over.
Do they even play Blood Artist? I thought they kill you with Geralf's Messenger.
Nope, they've cut that now. It's just Blood Artist. They run a Hapatra Vizier of poisons. The Blood Artist is sort of the cleanest. They run a single copy of it because it is not hard to find. But you don't really need it. Like, I think the reason that Geralf's Messenger got cut was just because of the casting cost. Like, triple black is a little rough sometimes.
Don't you just make... Isn't there a way to make infinite mana or something?
No.
Well, then why do you... What? The concession seems a little soon there then, I suppose.
Yeah, it was pretty early, but I don't know what Joel had in hand. I don't think he had really anything.
No, Tron, like I said, Tron can't do anything about that.
And Luke having the Grist in play as high up as it was, there was at that point Joel can't really resolve any creatures. Every turn, anything that he resolves, he can pump all his mana into it that he wants, and Luke is just going to kill it immediately.
Sure.
This is one of the reasons that Yawgmoth is such a favorite deck of mine, because it has such weird lines that, like, if you know the deck well and you know the tutors and how to do it.
Yep.
And this is sort of Luke's bread and butter, right?
This is a very Luke deck.
Yeah, like in Pioneer and in Modern, this is sort of like right up his alley.
You know what I saw when I went out there? A Battle of Wits.
No.
Yeah, there's a Battle of Wits deck.
How many? What? 242?
I don't know how many cards he has.
My favorite.
It is a tremendous stack of cards.
Double sleeved, so you know it's thick.
I don't even double sleeve regular decks. I would not want to double sleeve a Battle of Wits deck.
Oh, I would.
Absolutely not.
I think the wisdom of Battle of Wits is, first, don't play Battle of Wits. Second, if you have to play Battle of Wits, make it as easy as possible to shuffle. So single sleeve, right? And get a friend. Get a friend who can help you. Like, just call the judge to come help you shuffle the deck.
I don't think that's allowed.
No. Well, technically it is. You can have a judge help randomize a deck.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Huh, that's absurd.
Yeah, if you feel the deck isn't proper, but it's usually only utilized in cases where you think the deck isn't properly randomized. In this situation, I think you're just going to get a slow play warning. That's good at shuffling. Go for it, right? Go off, King. Battle of Wits, in case anybody's wondering, is an enchantment. Is it 4 or 5 mana?
It's 5 mana.
It's 5 mana, and you get to, if at the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 200 or more cards in your deck, you win the game.
Yeah, so basically, you just cast this enchantment and hope that they don't have it disenchant.
Yeah. You're playing like Leyline of Anticipation to cast all your spells at instant speed, too.
Sure.
Yeah. So we got a power plant into a mine for Joel, like really good start here. Luke a little slower.
I wouldn't say that's a really good start. He played 2 lands.
Yeah, I mean he has the Tron though.
That's 2 pieces of the Tron.
And Luke has played absolutely nothing. And
I think that this is a matchup where you're not pressed to do anything super quickly. You can kind of just do whatever at your own leisure.
I'm secretly hoping that Tron gets to do something this game.
I am too, you know.
I feel like Luke really
being the Tron fanboy that I am, here's going to be a mana dork, I would imagine. It's a Wall of Roots.
Yeah. I like Luke not looking at the hand, just pulling the card out.
Luke is one of the least fidgety Magic players I've ever
bizarre.
played against. He's very calm.
I like playing against him because he communicates very well.
Yep.
He doesn't fidget a lot, which is that's a problem for me.
It's a very bad problem for you, actually.
Yeah,
it kind of drives me nuts.
I have ADD, so
don't we all, friend?
Yeah. So we've got
That's an Urza Silex. Yeah. Eldrazi Tron is so weird. It plays so many strange cards.
I think it also gets to, because it doesn't see a lot of play, people players of the deck will oftentimes just play new cards to see if they're good.
No, that's not Urza Silex. What
it's
is
the
that
Filigree
one?
Silex.
Filigree Silex. Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah, we got.
It's basically just Neverwhelm's disc, right?
Is that Filigree Silex?
No.
It's just look up Silex.
Every planeswalker gets their own Silex now.
Silex.
So
that's the one.
All the planeswalkers get their own Silex. In every new set, there's a new Silex.
Yeah.
So this is basically just Neverwhelm's disc, right?
So this turns off
Destroy
Yawgmoth.
each non-land permanent with mana value X or less.
The second clause is the important one.
Sorcery. Yeah, but he can still it's only a sorcery. So he can still just wait to go off.
You can't pay life to cast spells or activate abilities. Yawgmoth's ability costs life.
Oh.
Yeah, it's pay 1 life, sacrifice.
So we don't even need to sacrifice
Correct.
this thing.
The plan is to not sacrifice
This thing just turns off Yawg.
Correct. Luke
he also can't crack fetch lands.
Correct. We do have a Grist, though. And Grist is probably the best card in this deck.
Yeah, so now he just gets to play green-black aggro.
Yeah. Which is fine. You can kill your opponent with bugs. That's totally okay. The issue is once Joel gets Tron established, he's just going to start unloading threats that are better. And if he can overwhelm... So TKS is going to be able to take a card out of hand. And Luke can replace that card next turn, effectively, by killing it with a bug. He's probably going to take the Strangleroot Geist here.
So, Court of Calling,
he's
Court
got
of Calling,
yeah.
Wall of Roots, Eldritch Evolution, and Strangleroot Geist.
I think is it creature only or is it any non-land?
Thought-Knot's here is any non-land.
Yeah. So I think we take the Strangleroot Geist just because that will kill you eventually. And what Luke can do.
I like taking the Eldritch Evolution.
You like that?
Yeah.
So I would take Strangleroot just because Luke can unload that next turn, immediately sack it to Grist. It'll come back even bigger. Kill that, replace a card in hand to be able to swing in.
The Eldritch Evolution should be exiled.
Yeah. 2 seconds.
So looks like Joel's gonna pass back to Luke here. There's a Court of Calling.
No worries.
Did he cast a Court of Calling? Yes.
Yeah,
so he cast Court of Calling. Is this X equals 1, you think? Or X
2.
equals 2?
Yeah. So he can pay for it with the bug, and he can pay for 2 of it with the Wall of Roots because he can put a -1/-1 counter and tap it.
Sure.
So he's gonna.
No, it's for 0.
Oh, it's 0.
Yeah, he was tapped out. He tapped out to play the Grist.
Sure.
So he only had 3 mana up.
Oh, so now he gets the
Chord for 0. So a Dryad Arbor is going to come into play.
good card.
This is the one that actually looks like a creature.
Yeah, not a big fan of this one. But he is playing it appropriately. You got it in front. This is the reprint from.
It's from Times Power Remastered.
No, this is the one I do like. Yeah,
That's what I said. Jeez. This one actually looks like a creature.
Yeah, you want the one that looks weird enough or like a creature enough to represent itself as a creature.
Although Future Sight border best border.
I have that one. That's the one I play.
Future Sight border best border. No, I just mean in general.
Oh, in general.
Like the Future Sight Tarmogoyf.
Agreed.
Yeah, I love the Future Sight border.
Yeah, we're going to be getting that in Japanese. The Future Sight Tarmogoyf in Japanese is the 30th anniversary.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's
card
dope.
looks sick. It's like
why are we getting that?
Like distributed. That's
okay. So we, as in the Magic
community,
the Magic community at large.
Yes. So now we've got a Stranglegeist coming down.
I don't love that it's just automatically foreign though. Can I get?
Yeah,
can
it's
I get
Japanese
it?
only.
Can I get it
Nope.
in English?
Nope.
Sag.
Yeah. So like the what is it? The 3-mana creature that you can sack before combat to reanimate a legendary creature.
Yeah. Loyal retainers.
Yeah, that's only Chinese.
So here is a Court of Calling for 4. That's going to put Yawgmoth into play.
Can't activate it yet, but it does have protection from creatures.
Protection from humans.
From humans, right? A lot of Yawgmoth cards.
He can also proliferate, I guess.
That is true.
He can make his grist bigger.
Yep. And
It's also
make his wall smaller.
It's also just an attacker too.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah, this is a good place for Joel to be in though at 20 life with the TKS in play, like sort of protecting his life total a little bit there. Let's see if Luke has the the land you can pitch to blow up artifacts.
He could have Boseiju. Or Outland Liberator.
Or the Force of Vigor.
I don't think he has Force of Vigor. I saw him board in Outland Liberator.
Oh, okay.
He might have Force of Vigor. I think he boarded in about 5 cards.
Yeah. The main thing you want to board in against is these colorless hate cards. Like the like you said, the Grafdigger's Cages and the like.
Yeah. Yeah, I hadn't considered Karn Silex as an option, honestly, but
it's sort of a weirdo card. Yeah, it's definitely doing its job right now. So we're gonna pitch, blow that up. It's gonna come back. He's gonna draw a card. Now he's gonna be able to swing in for
like
a
an
decent
Eldritch
chunk.
Evolution off of the top there.
Yeah.
So he could Evo his Dryad Arbor into Outland Liberator, kill the Silex and draw his deck, right?
Correct. Yeah. And that's probably what he's going to do. Or what is that?
I thought that was the Eldritch Evolution, but maybe it's not.
That's the discard spell, I believe. The one that's like you look at their hand, discard a card, and then it's from Modern Horizons set.
Well, he is looking at the hand. I see a Dismember, another copy of Thought Not Seer. There's a Karn the Great Creator and an Ugin the Ineffable in hand. So, is it like an extraction effect?
Yes.
Because it looks like he's searching through the library now.
Yeah, you get to discard a spell, and then for every card you take out of their hand, I believe they draw a card, but you get to extract a spell out.
Oh, okay. No, it's not. You name a card, and then they
name
reveal. Yeah.
And then for every one in your hand, they draw a card to replace it. But he gets to just pull cards out of his deck.
So he's just going to get a draw 4 here?
No, he only draws from cards that were taken out of his hand. So no, he doesn't get to draw anything.
Wow.
He just gestures capped his opponent.
Gestures cap, one of my favorite cards.
Yeah, I know. That's why I referenced it. This card, it's from like M20. It was part of a cycle. M20, M21.
That's another one.
Oh my god.
Let me go find out what the name of this card is.
It's definitely a sideboard card, but it's very good. Just sort of tearing his opponent's hand apart here, and having a second one lets him take another card out of hand. What's the name of it?
Necromentia.
Necromentia, yeah. It's part of like a cycle of, I believe, hate cards or like weirdo. Oh, it's M21. Oh, they don't draw cards. They just make zombies.
Significantly better than drawing cards.
But only if they...
so it's 3 mana. You choose a card name other than a basic land card, and then you search that for... then they create a 2/2 for each card exiled from that.
So he named Urza's Tower.
Yes, he named Urza's Tower the first time. And,
oh my god.
The second time, I believe he named Karm the Great Creator.
So he got to rip the Urza's Tower out of his... So Joel can never have Tron this game.
Correct.
That is brutal.
4 mana, gonna crack the Silex.
That's smart. Joel just
basically he just gets to be a control deck now, right?
Yeah. And he's got the zombie, right?
So destroy each non-land permanent with mana value X or less. So this does not kill the Dryad Arbor.
So yeah, these are gonna, and he's gonna sacrifice.
So now that the Silex is gone,
he can go off. Oh my
Luke
god,
can just draw his deck.
Yeah, and he's gonna. So the effect from the Silex is on the stack.
Maybe popping the Silex wasn't a good idea.
Debatable. It depends on how much life your opponent has. And now he's going to be able to sack that to draw a card, remove the +1/+1 counter from Strangleroot because it's putting the -1/-1 counter on it. Now he's going to be able to sack that, draw a card, it'll come back.
Yeah, I mean, he just drew 5 cards there.
He's an insane amount of value.
Nuts.
Yeah, Luke is chock-a-block full of cards right now. There's a basic land. And he's got another Grist in hand. He's got a Wall of Roots.
That's a swamp.
Yeah. That's the Theros Beyond Death.
So he can pay mana for Dismember? That's not Theros Beyond Death. That's Midnight Hunt.
No, that's a Theros Beyond Death swamp. Oh, the one on the bottom. Yeah, that's... Is that a swamp or is that an island?
I believe it's a swamp.
Oh, well. So we've got a Grist.
Yeah, another Wall of Root's going to come down, make a mana. Grist coming in. Here's a bug. Yawgmoth gets milled.
Just immediately sets his board back up.
Yeah, I can't imagine that Tron, gets to win this game. I didn't expect that at any point in time, though. So
second Blast Zone does come in with a counter. Should have a counter on it.
I was playing Commander the other day, and I sacked a Blast Zone that had 9 counters on it. Felt good. Destroyed 3 permanents, by the way.
Just 3? 9 counters, 3 permanents? It's Commander.
It only destroys permanents with converted mana cost equal to the number of counters on it.
Less.
It's equal to the number of counters.
I guess it makes sense that it comes in with 1, so you can't just blow up a board full of tokens.
Right, yeah. Here's a Nuke in the NFable.
Can't F with him.
I would imagine he's going to get this Grist out of the way, but maybe he'll just make a... I don't know, making a 2/2 here doesn't seem so bad.
Yeah. Oh, he's getting
rid of the Grist.
That's probably correct.
Yeah, because, the Grist can just kill the token, and then, you're left in the same spot. You get to draw a card, so at least you replaced himself.
Yeah.
But...
Well, Grist can blow up Planeswalkers, too. So, yeah, it kind of has to deal with that, otherwise it's going
That's right. Sacrifice a creature, destroy target creature or Planeswalker, huh?
And he was either losing a bug or...
So we just trade 1 life and 2 cards.
Yeah.
The Ugin takes care of the Grist, and then the bug takes care of the Ugin. So here's another copy of Yawgmoth.
And a bird.
Here's a Birds of Paradise. Here's an Ignoble Hierarch.
Oh my god. Just the amount of ease with which Luke reestablishes his board.
Yeah, the deck is highly efficient. He also just gets to draw a bunch of cards
that is
here.
A map.
That is, in fact, a map.
Dora the Explorer's best tool.
Here's a map. It's a map. He's a map. I'm a map.
They're a map. What's a map?
Map.
What land is he getting now?
Eldrazi Temple, it looks like. Are we going to hard cast an Emrakul the Aeon's Torn?
I wouldn't hate it.
I would love to see it.
I would love that.
I would love to see him hard cast.
Is he playing both types of Emrakul?
They don't play those, no.
Oh, really?
No.
Just a TKS.
The only Eldrazi in their decks are Thought-Knot, Seer, Matter Reshaper, and what is the other one? The 5/5 Trample Haste.
The
Reality Smasher.
Reality Smasher. Yeah, it's a dragon. It's a dragon. 5 mana haster. It's a dragon.
So a Dismember here is going to get pointed at Yawg.
Which member?
Dismember.
Answer. He's going to start doing Yawg things.
Just drawing a bunch of cards. The never-ending stream of cards that you get from a Yawgmoth is absurd. It's like he's going to keep his Mana Dorks in play.
He probably has a Court of Calling he can do next turn.
Sure. I believe there's only one Yawgmoth left in his deck.
One's all you need.
Look at that. He brought in Magus of the Moon.
Interesting.
You can. I mean, that seems really hot on the play. You can turn to it
because you've got Iggy and birds,
and your creatures and basic lands still make your colors of mana you need.
It also blows up Urza's Legacy or Urza's Saga.
It does. Magus of the Moon kills Urza's Saga.
And there's the
fourth copy of Yawgmoth.
And a Yawgmoth. Now he can go off if Joel doesn't have any interaction here. Luke can just start drawing his deck. So it's going to come back with a +1/+1 counter. He's going to draw a card. And at this point, all he's looking for is that Blood Artist.
Never-ending stream of cards. He needs 2 Undying Effects to actually go infinite.
Not with a Blood Artist. Because he can put the -1/-1 counter on the creature that he sacked with Undying. And you can just loop that with
no, you can't, because you have to target it at the time you sacrifice the creature.
Oh, is that
so
true?
you pay the cost, which is sacrificing a creature, and choose targets. So if you choose the creature, you can't choose the creature you're sacrificing.
Right.
Otherwise, it fizzles the ability.
Yeah.
You have to have 2 Undying creatures.
And there's
2. Okay, so now he can draw his deck.
Provided he has enough life.
He doesn't have another mana to cast the Blood Artist, though.
Yeah, Blood Artist 2 mana. So now they're having a discussion about, he's killing it with the -1/-1 counters. Luke at 7 life, not really important here. And just swinging for 4 because of the Iggy trigger. Got the
I don't think I like Blood Artist over Geralf's Messenger at all. No.
Yeah. I think it's a call, and I
don't like it at all, because the Geralf's Messenger itself gains you life, and it's also an Undying creature. You need the Undying. You need 2 Undying creatures to make this work.
I don't know what Luke is on. This is just the lists that I've seen. I don't necessarily.
I don't think you can trust lists you find on the internet.
These are just ones that have done well in MitGo, and unfortunately, we don't have a lot.
As if that counted.
No. And obviously he's running a slightly different list than what we've seen online. Not running Arboreal Grazer.
Yeah, this list is super weird because it has Arboreal Grazer and Golgari Rot Farm in it. I think this is trash. We should just delete this deck from the internet.
And just hammering in with the. Yeah, we're gonna
Blast Zone for 1.
Blast Zone for 1. We're gonna tap. Probably just respond here by making some mana. Oh, he's removing the -1/-1 counter on the Yawgmoth, so it comes back. So he's only gonna really lose 2 creatures off of this rather than 3. We've just drawn an absolute massive amount of cards here.
Yawgmoth, never-ending stream of card advantage.
It's so funny that Yawgmoth does such a weird impression of Yawgmoth's Bargain.
Yeah, most def.
Like, that's very funny to me that, like, that's the card that it's replicating.
Most def. So he's got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 power.
Yeah.
Here's making it 8 power. 9, 10.
Yeah. Taking him to 2.
So the Yawgmoth is summoning 6. So
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Which is, I think that's fine. And he got it.
Yeah, I think it was sort of inevitable there. He had a blocker up, and Joel, I don't think, has a way to go over the top.
Like you said, it's sort of a rough matchup for Tron.
Yeah, Tron can't really do anything about anything that this deck is doing.
It's a lot of hate cards that are sort of like
Kind of just have to sit there and take it.
unfortunately.
But I mean, I was really excited about that. The Karn Silex, I guess, just being able to like turn it off for as long as it did. That seems pretty sick. But I
Serves
mean,
2 roles,
it's really crazy that we both got to see the 2 decks that we wanted in the feature match area in round 1, and maybe we'll get to see the Battle of Wits deck at some point in time today too. I don't know if there's any other spicy brews out there, but
our local meta has a lot of people playing some interesting decks that they just sort of love, and that's the best part about these local competitive tournaments is people play what they have, they play what they love, and we'll be back in just a bit.
For round 2. Bye.